at the SimpliFlying show with Santiago Aldana, the Chief Digital Officer of Avianca. Now, Santiago joined us for the SimpliFlying Lab today. Welcome to the live show.
Thank you.
And you, of course, started talking a lot about Carla, the bot, but then we went into digital transformation strategy. Tell us a little about your role at Avianca. You're the CDO. This is a new role.
Okay, so it's rather complex because it's CDO, it's CTO, and the thing that we believe in is having a different organization. We want to make a digital company that flies airplanes, and that's our purpose. But in order to do that, we have to work on simplifying the whole structure. We have to have a cultural change. We have to have lean processes, and making this transformation with the best technology, with the best people, making things working end to end.
Now, that's a big statement. A digital company that flies planes. Lots of airlines would like to aspire to that, but in your case, you have a CEO who was with Microsoft.
He used to work at Microsoft, yeah.
Exactly.
And that's part of what's making us a faster pace into that.
Does that help? Like, is it easier for you to get buy-in just because the CEO is behind all these digital initiatives?
Sure. So we believe it's a matter of two things: having the proper leadership and the proper digital tools to make it happen.
Right.
So the whole transformation has to be accomplished within both ends. And when the CEO is giving the promotion and the sponsorship for both things to happen, it makes it quite a change.
Oh, you bet.
It's not only being fashionable, it's not only having leadership, it's both. And that makes the whole transformation easy.
Right. Now, the interesting thing is you mentioned today, you talked to us about Carla, which is a 2-year-old bot, right? And you've got multiple other bots running in different parts of Avianca. What is the purpose? Are bots a hammer finding a nail, like we talked about, or something else?
Actually, it's a different thing. Part of what we want to be accomplished within Avianca is a digital transformation, which we have iteration, we have testing. We look for problems, and in those problems, we're going to be testing for solutions. And some of the solutions that we try are going to fail, and there's no problem in failing. The thing is failing fast, correcting, learning, and building something new.
You know, the word failure is a taboo in airlines, especially from a safety aspect. I thought the mentality in airlines is design something perfect and then push it out. And you're saying it's okay to fail and learn.
So that's really the reason why I was mentioning cultural change. If you want to be digital, you have to act digitally. And acting digitally, you don't know the answers for the first point, for the starting point. Right. You have to learn. You have to start, and the way you learn is having errors, mistakes, correcting, and learning up from there. It requires a lot of resilience, also finding a way, but that's the only way to become digital. If you want to do something from scratch and build the end project, probably when you get there, it's no longer usable. It doesn't deliver any value. So the way we believe is that we have to do it in small steps, iterating, learning, and going to the customer, going outside to the customer, because the center of our strategy is our customer. Right. That is the starting and end point of all of our strategy. And if that's the case, we have to learn from them, not from within our tables.
Very strong and powerful point. Now, who is the customer? Is this the actual passenger, or the employee is the customer, or is there someone else?
Okay, so right now we're an airline that is trying to become the major airline in Latin America, connecting with the rest of the world, and the rest of the world with Latin America. So this says our customer is the end customer. However, to be able to deliver to the end customer, we do have to pass through the different people, and that's why we're saying with the best people, with the best technology, we have a purpose, which is this end customer. Right. And in our case, in my area, our customers many times are internal customers, but it makes sense only if the first thing that they can think of is the end customer. Yeah. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense.
That's very important. Just a single focus on the end customer. Now, you yourself, Santiago, are from outside the industry. You have a technology background. You've just come into aviation. What do you find the most strange thing about how airlines work or run?
Okay, so it's a really complex industry. It comes from a lot of silos. So it's very, this is my perspective. It has a lot of complexity, having interconnection with a lot of players within the industry. So it's airports, it's governments, it's migration, it's passengers all over the world. So it has a lot of complexity. There's a lot of legacy systems, and still it works a lot like silos. So making it work end-to-end processes and having a different way of being agile is quite the challenge.
So is digital the horizontal layer that cuts across silos then?
Well, it can be an enabler, but it's not enough. It's more cultural also.
Right.
You could have digital without having end-to-end processes, or you could have end-to-end processes without being digital. But the real value is making both.
Right. And again, as an outsider coming into the industry, what's your biggest source of hope for the future of the industry?
Well, I do believe that there's so many exponential technology right now that could really change the customer experience.
What's an example?
So what we want to do is being able to know more about our customers, being able to personalize, to customize, to have a data-oriented decision process. And since we have so many silos, we don't have that end-to-end data. So we have someone in the SOC, we have someone in the hub, we have someone at the gate, and they're not connected. As long as we connect this data and bringing it to more analytic models, predictive or any other, so that we can personalize the customer experience, just to make sure that we're delivering the value that the customer wants.
Right.
I think that's the challenge. Probably the data is not enough what we have within ourselves. So we envision ourselves as being a platform with which we connect different players in the ecosystem to start delivering value.
Wow.
So it's connecting the whole players that have a participation on the customer journey.
Wow, I can assure you that the road ahead is not easy.
It is not.
But I wish you all the best, because at least you have the vision and the support from the senior management and the executive team to go and do this. So all the best.
Well, thank you very much.
And thanks for joining us at the lab.
Thank you.
Thank you.